Hey guys, how you doing? Back with another one today, obviously about the Xbox showcase. I did a video the other day on the Sony State of Play, which I thought was pretty good. I liked it. A lot of people were disappointed with how it sort of went in some aspects, but people are always going to be disappointed, I guess. But after seeing this Xbox one today, man, Xbox are cooking. And like the realization that they really, like Microsoft with their acquisitions over the last couple of years, they've sort of got all the big IPs. They've got everything. Not everything, obviously. There are other exclusives that PlayStation has, but I really do feel like sort of Xbox holds the keys to success, really. And with how hard they've been fumbling it, like just in the industry in general, obviously with all the layoffs and everything, but even in like the console space, with how poor their sales were against sort of what PlayStation's had, the direction they went under previous management with like I think it was Phil Spencer. The campaigns they sort of went about with how Xbox is everything and everywhere, and really it made Xbox nothing at the time. Like it sort of lost its identity. But then Asha Sharma, she's recently, I think she's been 100 days as CEO, and she's done a lot. And I guess this Xbox showcase was going to be a glimpse into what Xbox could really bring back to the table. And man, they cooked. They really cooked. So like I said, I did like the PlayStation Sony State of Play. I thought it was good. I thought they had good entries. But this, for me personally, anyways, sort of made me realize that, you know, what do we like? The soul in game, like Xbox has a lot of soul for me. As weird as that is, like with Halo, with Gears of War, E-Day, it's probably based on nostalgia because I grew up playing Xbox. But man, they cooked. Like they showed so many good titles, and they brought back exclusives to the Xbox console. Whether you're a fan of that or not, like if we could have it our way, anyone's way, no exclusives would be good. Every console, everything, everything's cross-platform. You can play any game you want on any platform. That would be sort of the optimal way that everything goes. But that's not the way the market is, and competition, how that sort of goes. And I think it's good, sort of, if that's a reality, then what Xbox has done is good to bring back competition in the space, because obviously Sony lately has been claiming their own, taking exclusives back off of PC. They're not doing, they're bringing it back to exclusively PlayStation, um, and Xbox. I guess I didn't expect more exclusives out of this, showcase, but two big titles really. So Gears of War E-Day, an Xbox exclusive, and Clockwork Revolution. Um, Two awesome looking titles. Like Gears of War, I mean, that's the heart and soul of Xbox back in the 360 days, other than Halo, obviously. But then Clockwork, which I think was a pretty smart move because there's a bit of hype building up around that game. A lot of people really liking the look of it. I really like the look of it. Sort of has like a Bioshock Infinite look to the game. Really cool sort of mechanics in the game, and just the artistic direction of that game. It looks, I mean, if you haven't watched it, watch the trailer for it there and some of the gameplay. Looks awesome, but they have other bigger titles. Like they showed off Halo Campaign Evolved, I think it's called. Um, Adding 3 extra missions, I guess prequel missions to Halo Combat Evolved story, which is awesome. They're putting that on PS5. I think in the long run, some people I've seen are upset about that online, but I think in the long run that's probably a positive because they're going to get more fans out of the series. It's sort of like a soft reboot for Halo. I can sort of see what they're doing. It would have been nice to have like a multiplayer with that, but yeah, it looks pretty good. The missions look really cool. Yeah, we're gonna have to see how it sort of turns out because it comes out next month in July, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, they had that. Obviously, Gears of War E-Day. The big problem for me and probably a lot of people is they finished on Call of Duty again, and you can sort of see how. I mean, with the player base that Call of Duty sort of has, it's probably their biggest game by far, really, by consecutive players amongst console and PC. But man, we're sick of it. It's the same thing every year. It's not this big exciting thing that everyone's hyped for. And their big showcase was on DMZ, like the extraction shooter side of I guess Modern Warfare 4, which is coming out, and it just really wasn't that good of a display of what it was. Like I didn't think it was that cool. Um, Extraction shooters for me, I feel like there are enough of them. It's sort of a saturated market, sort of like how battle royales came through. Anyway, just not interesting. Anyways, like what else am I going to say about it? It's just Call of Duty. They should have finished on Gears of War really with how it went. Some other pretty cool games. That Magician game, Deal with the Devil, or whatever it's called. I can't remember off the top of my head now. Probably coming up in the video soon, but that looked pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that was actually probably a bit of a highlight for me, like an unsuspected game. We didn't know it was sort of coming out. Obviously, they have Doom, an expansion, a bunch of games, but really, beside all the games that were coming out, like obviously you can go watch the showcase yourself and have a look to see what you like. It's all sort of personal preference anyway. But it just makes you realize that Xbox hold a lot of cards and they could bring back, I guess, Xbox back into the fold because PlayStation this generation, I guess they dominated, obviously. I mean, sales numbers of consoles and everything like that. But with Game Pass and what they're doing, like they state, every game that's going to be day one on Game Pass. Also, this console release, how cool is this? 25th anniversary. I mean, I actually just might get this because of how cool this looks. I mean, if you can, I think they'll probably sell out that quick. But that was up to. That was up to. Anyways, yeah. Xbox hold a lot of cards here. They could cook, and I think all of this is just sort of setting up to the next generation that's going to come out. Project Helix, I think it's called. I guess if they push more and more exclusives, they could really sort of obviously drive people to getting that console over the PlayStation 6. But really, it all comes down to healthy competition. That's all I want to see in the industry between consoles and just markets in general. Obviously, Nintendo are like exclusive platforms. They've always kept everything in-house. Sony is starting to go that way, and it's good to see Xbox do it because I mean they share a lot of their titles, their console exclusives on PC anyway, and their next console is going to be a Windows-based console, and I'm a PC gamer predominantly, so I do have a PlayStation, I do have an Xbox, but yeah, I mean it's not really bad for PC players, but it's good to see competition come back into the market. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about it. I just think they're cooking, man. I think it's good to see. Like everyone's been downtrodden on Microsoft and Xbox for really good reasons. They've had some really shady sort of business practices, how they've purchased and closed down gaming studios and destroyed developers' careers and all of that recently. But yeah, this was just a really good showcase. It's good to see they're back on track. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think they're setting up something big for the next generation? I just feel like this is all obviously a setup for the next generation. Asha Sharma, she's working towards things. She brought down the price of Game Pass, which was the first big step. Rip Call of Duty off there. No one wants it. I mean, there are probably people out there that want, I guess console gamers, a lot of them play Call of Duty, so rip it off there. Get rid of it. Bring the price down. There's so many good, awesome titles coming out, like smaller games too that were on the showcase that look really cool. The new Persona game, they didn't really show anything. It's just like a colorway and a title. Not big fan of that series anyway, but I mean that got seen. Spyro, that's pretty cool. I mean that's like a nostalgia bomb. I feel like this whole setup was like a nostalgia bomb with Halo, Gears of War, Spyro, games like that. They've got it. They got it down pat. Anyway, it's good to see the old IPs coming back because Spyro hasn't had anything in years. I just remember playing Spyro like when I was almost a baby at that point. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think they're cooking. Let me know if you don't think they're cooking. Let me know if you thought the PlayStation Sony State of Play was better than this. I personally don't think. I think this is better than Summer Games Fest, and PlayStation Sony State of Play. They cook them, but it's going to be interesting to sort of see what happens in the future. A lot of good games coming out. Everything is just crammed into like crazy windows at the end of this year to avoid GTA 6 and the start of next year. So it's going to be interesting. Don't know how much money you guys have got, but there's a lot of games I want, a lot of games I probably will not play because the release dates are so close. But anyways, I'm blabbing. I'll see you at the next one. I'll make a video tomorrow. Like, subscribe if you liked the video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you in the next one.